Hello folks, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to take a look at another model train that's become a mainstay amongst the collection, that being my Athearn Genesis Norfolk Southern SD70ACu. Before we get started at the model at hand, I'm going to give you a brief history of the SD70ACu. The SD70ACu is a rebuild program that was launched in 2015 by the Norfolk Southern Railroad, when they purchased 100 SD90 Max from the Union Pacific a year prior in 2014. The rebuild took the old SD90 Max and modernized them with new cabs, electronics, and other mechanical upgrades. The rebuild program on Norfolk Southern lasted from 2015 to 2019, with them ending up with a group of 110 units, and then from 2018 to 2022 on the Canadian Pacific Railway with 60 units of their own. As of 2024, most are still in service, although they're not as prevalent as they used to be, as the rebuild program was not as successful as initially drawn up. Now, how I came across this model was actually pretty straightforward. I simply walked into my local hobby store one day, the train station, saw this on a shelf, and immediately targeted it, as this was a model that I was specifically looking for. While the price that I paid for it was pretty steep for a DCC-ready model from the first run of SD70ACUs Athearn produced, I wasn't fazed too much by that fact, as I bought it with the intention of installing a sound decoder for it, specifically an ESU lock sound decoder. While yes, it did take a while for that to happen, I would eventually grab myself an ESU lock sound decoder for this locomotive and got it installed, along with the speaker that came with the decoder itself. While the ESU lock sound decoder provided some decent sounds for this locomotive, the speaker on the other hand was quite the opposite in terms of quality. The original speaker that came with the decoder was very small. As a result of that, the sound coming out of this locomotive was pretty quiet. Eventually, the original speaker of this locomotive was removed and replaced with some Scale Sound System speakers. Scale Sound Systems being the local business that operates out of Marion, Ohio, providing custom speakers for any locomotive you can think of. The speaker setup that I purchased for this locomotive is unique because it was actually a dual speaker setup instead of a single speaker setup, which provides some extra bass and some extra oomph to the sound that's coming out of this locomotive. Aside from the ESU lock sound decoder and the custom Scale Sound System speakers, this locomotive is basically stock from the factory from Athearn. The only other upgrade this locomotive really needed after the decoder and speakers were installed was the replacement of the old McHenry plastic couplers with some KD metal couplers. Now, with the story of this locomotive now covered, then comes the million-dollar question with any project like this. Was all the money that was put into this locomotive worth it? Since we're already at the Model Railroad Club, let's go ahead, put it on the track, turn it on, hook it up to a train, and let's see for ourselves, shall we?
Why can't I feel anything?
Alrighty folks, that just about does it for today's video. If you enjoy my content, consider checking out some other ones of mine. Leave a like or a comment down below to share your thoughts, subscribe if you're new, and tap the notifications bell if you want to be notified when a new video gets posted here on the channel. Till next time, this is All Ohio Railfan, signing off.